We're in the lunar vaults at Johnson Space Centre, and what we have here are some of the most precious and unique rocks that humans have ever managed to collect. These are samples that were collected during Project Apollo between 1969 and 1972. These rocks are part of a total of about 842 pounds of rocks, about a third of a tonne, that were collected on 6 successful lunar missions. So a few interesting points. First of all, these rocks are kept inside an isolation chamber, and the pressure of the gas inside is always slightly higher than the pressure outside, so that if there were a leak ever, instead of having earth gases coming in contaminating the samples, you would get an outward flow of air to try and keep the samples absolutely preserved. You'll see next to each of these rock samples, some of which have been sliced in two, that there's a cube. That cube will stay with the sample from when it's collected for whenever it's used in labs, and you'll see the letters NET. What that cube represents is the orientation of the sample when it was sitting on the lunar surface. So for example, we've got T for top, we've got N for north. That shows which face was facing north, which face was facing east, and so on. Because what scientists can do, if they know which way the rock sample was facing, and if they know where it was on the lunar surface, given that these samples had sat there for millions and in some cases billions of years, scientists can look at the differences between the various sides, and knowing as they do about which direction solar radiation was coming from, which direction micrometeoroids are coming from, they can glean a lot more information about the differences in one sample on one side and the same sample from another side.